guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be looking at some of the creepiest locations on Google Maps.
Scientology Base. Google Maps reveals the first close-up pictures of the Church of Scientology's alien space cathedral built in a remote part of the New Mexico desert.
Okay, so I don't know much about Scientology. I know very little. It's basically like a religious organization, and apparently they've got a secret base on Google Maps or something like that.
The mysterious building, which leads to an underground vault, sits next to two giant symbols carved into the ground, believed to be markers for the religion's followers to find their way back from the ends of the universe after humanity is destroyed in the future.
Okay, so this has obviously got something to do with religion. Is this like them putting an indent on the world so that their followers will come back whenever they die?
While no one knows the definite meaning of the pair of overlapping circles, each with a diamond in them, it is believed to have been trademarked by the Church of Technology, a branch of Scientology. It is believed they are a return point, so members of the church know where they can find the works of founder L. Ron Hubbard when they come back from space after a nuclear catastrophe wipes out the human race.
I'm still struggling to understand what it means. So it's basically saying that right there is a way for them to come back. How are they going to come back? Is it when the world ends or whenever they die?
Far behind the three-story house are tunnels dug hundreds of feet deep into the rock. Inside them are Hubbard's texts, believed to have been either engraved on stainless steel tablets or gold discs and encased in titanium capsules underground. Previously, the world has only seen grainy satellite images and blurry pictures of the top-secret Trementina base, but these are the first fascinating photographs of the structure up close.
Okay, so I'm assuming that the majority of it is underground, but anything to do with Scientology is kind of scary. I don't know much about the religion, but all I know is that it is kind of creepy.
Sandy Island. For more than a decade, it has featured on the world's maps. Viewed from Google Earth, Sandy Island appears as a dark, tantalizing sliver set amid the shimmering vastness of the Pacific Ocean.
Okay, so this is like a secret island. Isn't it kind of crazy how there's probably lots of islands out in the sea, but we literally haven't discovered them? Apparently there's meant to be cities underwater. Is that not so crazy?
But when marine scientists arrived at the island, they were in for something of a shock. It didn't exist. Where there was supposed to be a sandy outcrop complete with palm trees, a few coconuts, and maybe a turtle, there was merely blue undulating water.
Wait, so is it like a secret island? Maybe the island shrunk into the sea. I swear that can happen. Islands are formed through volcanic explosions, aren't they? I don't know, the world's a crazy place, but that is quite creepy. Imagine they jump into the sea and a mermaid grabs them.
The Australian scientists, led by Maria Seaton, a geologist at Sydney University, had embarked on a voyage to study plate tectonics. They spotted that the enigmatic island lay along their route, but there were several puzzling discrepancies. Though the island appeared on the Google Earth map, there were no images of it. It had also featured for the past 12 years on the usually reliable World Coastline database.
That is quite creepy, that island literally completely disappeared. Maybe it's a government secret base. I mean, who writes maps? Who put the island there? Was it an alien?
But there was no sign of it on their sea chart. The scientist added, "This is one of those intriguing questions. It wasn't far outside of our path. We decided to actually sail through the island. Lo and behold, there was nothing. The ocean floor didn't ever get shallower than 1,300 meters below the wave base. There's an island in the middle of nowhere that doesn't actually exist."
Wait, so does the island exist or does it not exist? This is just so freaky. I kind of wish I could turn into a bird and rewind time. If you were a bird, you could literally fly to that location to see if, the island was there at some time throughout, humanity. You don't know, the island could maybe have sunk, or maybe it never existed.
Ships and planes have vanished in the Bermuda Triangle. Submarines have sunk without a trace. But an entire island? The disappearance presents investigators with a bizarre challenge: how to find a scientific explanation for an island that's gone missing. Here appear to be a few strong leads for scientists to follow up in their quest to solve the riddle of the missing island.
I don't think they'd be able to figure it out, would they? Maybe there was just a mistake or a camera glitch. I mean, if they're saying there was an island there at one point and then the island doesn't exist, isn't that a bit sketchy?
Which, according to Google Maps, should belong to France because it is located inside the territorial waters of New Caledonia. The Australian Navy's Hydrographic Service believes human error may be behind the mysterious disappearance of Sandy.
So it's basically a human. This is what irritates me about these videos. Humans are always doing stuff. If a human didn't make an error, we wouldn't have known about this fake island. Or maybe the island did exist and they just don't want us to know that.
Another theory is that the Australian scientists may simply have been in the wrong place. According to multiple witnesses, Sandy Island was real. tail. So where has it gone? With no obvious logical explanation for the disappearance of Sandy Island still remains a mystery.
So we literally don't know what happened to the island. Hello, this is an island that went missing. This is literally like a missing person. Like they were there one minute and disappeared the next. Where has the island went?
Nagoro, Japan. If you're ever exploring the Japanese countryside on maps, chances are that you'd stumble upon the sparsely populated village of Nagoro. From a distance, it may look like it's full of people casually chilling around all over town.
Oh my god, I've seen this before and it freaks me out so much. Basically, this town is filled with loads of fake people. Oh my god, I can't open my eyes right now. I don't know what's going on. Sorry if I look like I'm squinting. But I swear I've heard of this before. Basically, people used to live here and then they moved out and filled it up with like fake dolls. It is just freaky.
Zoom in a bit and you'd realize they're actually lifeless dolls. We hope you didn't do this when you were all alone at night. The village is actually on its way to being completely abandoned, and its residents keep leaving it for better opportunities in the cities.
I think they said they don't want to feel alone. Like imagine you're all alone in like a village, there's not many people there. If they have like fake people, it'll make them feel a lot happier. But I mean, it would be kind of freaky. Like imagine you walk past one of them fake dolls tonight and it moves. You'd think it was cursed.
The dolls are made by a woman called Ayano Tsukimi as a tribute to its departed, which is inexplicably the only way she could come up with to do that.
Okay, who is that woman? That literally scared the life out of me. That woman freaked me out. I didn't expect that woman to pop up. I thought my computer just got hacked.
We don't know about you, but knowing that all of those dolls represent someone who is now dead does raise the creepy factor of the whole thing for us.
Wait, so they signify dead people? Oh, I thought it was just people who like lived there and then moved out to a different area. Oh my god, why is everyone down? We need to get new people in there.
Giant, disfigured bunny. Sometimes on Google, this means you get a glimpse of intriguing natural formations or people caught unaware in potentially embarrassing scenarios.
Okay, I don't know why we just seen a big spider in a field and a naked person. I think I'd be better off without seeing that.
On other occasions, the Google Maps user is treated to the just plain bizarre. One such shot is that of a gargantuan and rather creepy pink bunny sprawling on a hillside in northern Italy. The figure, which almost looks like it is made of plasticine from a distance, would arguably not look out of place in a Wallace and Gromit episode.
See, the thing is, that's just so terrifying. Like, that's a big teddy they put in the middle of a field, and I'm pretty sure it's decayed. Like, I'm pretty sure it's gone now. Who spent money putting a big teddy there?
The creature's mouth is wide open, and its eyes look to be rolled up. If you stumble upon it, you may assume that your app is glitching. No. In reality, the bunny is a part of an art installation by a Vietnamese collective and is meant to serve as a hangout spot for visitors.
Is it like a teddy texture or is it plastic? I mean, I don't know if this is just me, but I'd much rather not hang about there. Something about a big pink bunny in the middle of a field seems creepy.
The pale pink bunny, which lies flat on its back in the Italian Alps, took more than 5 years to build and is set to stay there until 2025.
So basically they built a big bunny to sit there and it's going to be dissolved by 2025. Is that not like kind of freaky? Like, I wonder what it looks like now. Yeah, like I suspected, it isn't doing very well, is it? It literally looks like it's about to fall apart. To be honest, I should make another one, but this time it should do like a dog or like a rabbit. Is a rabbit a bunny? I don't know, just make another one.
Underwater pyramids. An anomaly hunter studying Google Earth images on the ocean floor believes he has discovered a pair of submerged pyramids in the Bahamas. The potential structures were spotted by prolific researcher Scott C. Waring, who says that he noticed them near the island of New Providence, which sits off the coast of Florida.
Okay, do you want to know something that actually does kind of look like pyramids? Maybe it's just like seaweed under the sea. I mean, whenever I was younger, I'd go to the beach and I'd literally think there was like a big lizard about to jump out of the sea, but it was just seaweed.
Some conspiracy theorists could also conclude that the pyramids have some connection to aliens, the Bermuda Triangle, or the lost continent of Atlantis. No doubt, a handful of imaginative minds could also find a way to weave all three of those possibilities together into a fantastic tale, which spans centuries and star systems. Sadly, though, skeptics say that the pyramids are more likely yet another example of the pareidolia phenomenon in action, with assist via poor quality of the satellite images.
I was also thinking it might have just been the way the camera had taken the photo. I mean, keep in mind, these photos are taken from a satellite in space. That's like hundreds of thousands of miles up in the sky.
Pigeon people. If you explore the streets of West Tokyo on maps, you may run into a row of people just standing and looking at you. They may come across as people just staring at the Google Street View crew out of curiosity.
I've seen these before and they're so freaky. These people randomly put pigeon hats on their head. What is going on in Tokyo? Like, I really wanted to visit Tokyo in Japan one day, but I don't know if I'm going to because of these people.
Except all of them have their pigeon masks on. Aside from the legitimate question of where did they even get so many pigeon masks to begin with, it's all rather inexplicable and unsettling. As it turns out, the pigeon people were locals who knew about the Google crew and wanted to appear in the final photo of the street.
Oh, that's good. At least we don't know they're killers. Fun fact, I was recently with my mom in a car about a month and a half ago, and we think we seen either a Google Maps van or an Apple Maps van. Basically, it was a big van with a camera, and it looked like it was taking lots of photos, or maybe it was like used for like a movie or something like that. In about a year, I'm gonna look up where we seen like the camera van and see if me and my mom are in the background.
Smiling man with missing leg. Google Maps takes users all over the world, from the highest mountains to the most luxurious beaches. But one image is so shocking, you can't help but ignore the magnificent landscape and natural wonders that surround it. The image, captured in June 2014, shows a man hiking at Repost Mangup Cave, a fortress in Crimea. However, a closer inspection reveals something is terribly amiss with the apparently tranquil scene.
Okay, let's be honest, that's obviously a camera glitch. I looked at that photo for a second and it freaked me out. I thought it was gonna have a mini heart attack. Am I the only person who feels that way whenever you look at an image and it kind of shocks you? That's obviously a camera glitch. Like, he doesn't have half a leg missing.
As if there has been a terrible accident. The man's left leg is chopped in half, with the dismembered part of his limb sitting directly in front of him.
If one of them shocked people pops up on my screen again, I'm gonna chop them in half. This is obviously a camera glitch. Like, the man wouldn't be smiling if his leg was literally chopped off. Basically, whenever the camera is going past everywhere, it takes millions of photos. So whenever it's been going past him, it's obviously like had a little glitch, and now it looks like he's missing a leg.
Ariel Castros' blurred out house. When it comes to highly publicized, gruesome acts of crime, very few cases manage to grip national conscience like that of Ariel Castro. He kidnapped 3 women and kept them hostage for over 9 years.
I've actually watched a documentary on this man, and this is a sick man. In the end, the girls were able to escape, and I think he committed suicide. But basically, whenever you type in the location of his house where the girls were kept, Google Maps have blurred out the house, and I'm pretty sure the house is now destroyed.
And was only arrested when one of them escaped with her 6-year-old. Whom she conceived and gave birth to while in captivity. Castro was charged with multiple counts of rape, aggravated murder, kidnapping, and attempted murder, among others. So how is it related to map locations? The house Castro kept the women in could be seen on Google Street View, except that it's completely blurred out. We'd say that it'd have been equally creepy if the house was just there, but seeing it blurred out because of the seriousness of the crime somehow makes it even more disturbing.
And also, it's now been destroyed. I'm pretty sure they got like a big bulldozer and basically ripped the house out. Horrible, disgusting, evil things happen in that house, so obviously you're not going to want the house there.
Murder victim. For those of you who've always wondered if Google Maps has ever accidentally recorded a serious crime, we're here to tell you that yes, it has. The case in question was of a 14-year-old boy in Richmond, California, whose dead body showed up on Google Maps. It was seen with police cars and a bunch of detectives standing around, suggesting that it was taken after the body was found. Understandably, the images brought back some emotions for the victim's father, who immediately requested Google to have it removed.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's so heartbreaking. They've went through the heartbreak of losing their 14-year-old son, and now the crime scene is on Google Maps.
It was gone from their maps within days, though it does make us wonder if Google Maps still has accidental images of other serious crimes around the world.
That is good that they took it down in the end. Like, I've got a lot of respect for Google. If they didn't take it down, what else could they have done? I mean, I guess they could have blurred it.
Dead donkey? Reddit user Nella spotted this donkey on Google Maps back in 2013, according to Business Insight. According to the images, it sort of looks like a Google Street View car hit and killed a donkey somewhere in Botswana. But no worries. Google later reported that the images are misleading. The company claimed that the donkey on Google Street View was actually rolling in the dust, saw the car coming, and jumped up and got out of the way.
Oh, come on, as if it's actually done that. I mean, if it has, that's quite cute. Like, you'd never think you'd see a donkey rolling. Who knew that donkeys like to roll in mud? Anyways, guys, that is the end of the video. That was some of the scariest things caught on Google Maps. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, press the big red subscribe button. I post a brand new video every single day and 2 videos a day at the weekend. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and yes, I'll see you all in my next one.